Just ignore the mess in the background that you see. We are in the middle of packing to leave this damn school for the summer. So just pay attention to me and not the background. What's up, you guys? It's Rocky B and welcome back to my channel. Or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm not wearing really any makeup because today is going to be a get ready with me plus a little story time for your Saturday. This video is going to be about a terrible Tinder date type story, creepy dude, weirdo, like whatever Tinder date story that I have to share with you guys today. And it's honestly, I'm gonna just say it's the reason why I deleted my Tinder. Today is going to be a collab with my friend Allie. This is her YouTube channel. And here is her Instagram that you guys can follow her on. And she makes Storytime videos as well, and she does vlogs, and she's in a band, and it's freaking amazing. And she has a similar Storytime to this, like a weird type of date or something. And I will leave her links below so you guys can go check her out as well. I have already done my eyebrows and my face because the Storytime's not going to be that long. But I am finishing up my under eyes because they are terrible. Do you see that? Ugh. This happened in the summer of 2016, so this just happened last year, so it is pretty fresh in my memory. And it's also before a couple weeks I met Cody, or talked to Cody. You know, if you like, you know the typical Tinder, if you like their profile and they like yours back, you get the chance to message them. And that's exactly what happened, and he messaged me first. And I don't know if I have my Instagram uploaded yet. I'm pretty sure I did. But he asked for my Instagram and my Snapchat, and I gave it to him. And we started talking. We literally talked for about 2 minutes before he decided to ask me if I wanted to go out to get coffee. I knew that he lived in the same town as me. But for whatever reason, I just kept avoiding him. I think it was just because I'm a shy person. So, you know, even though I want Tinder and I want to meet people, I don't meet people. But I finally gave him a chance and I said yes. We decided to choose what day we were both available, and he was available like anytime, and the next Saturday, it was Saturday that day, but the next Saturday I had off from working. So I decided to do the date that day. I don't have my license, so my mom had to take me, and I just told her it was like a friend from work and we were gonna hang out and go to this coffee shop and just like maybe go to a mall, whatever mall that was nearby, I think the Nashville one. But yeah, and she just dropped me off at the place, and she wanted to see the person, but I was like, no, they're probably already inside, Mom, don't worry, it's not like a date or anything, which it was, but I didn't really like to talk to her about that type of stuff. I kept it a secret. When I first met the guy, he seemed pretty sweet. He wasn't like a jerk off or anything. And, you know, he was making me happy until we start paying for our coffee. He orders, this is gonna be so hard to explain and get angry about. He orders, you know, his coffee. I don't even remember what he ordered, but he gets it, and then he orders like, what are those, like, it's like a coffee like bar thing. I don't know what he ordered, but he ordered something, and instead of having enough money, he turned around and asked me if he could borrow $2. You mean to tell me you wanted to go on a date with no money? Coffee and toffee is like $7. It's not even that much, and you didn't even have $7 to pay. I mean, really? I don't want to be like a gender role type of person, but if you're gonna ask somebody on a date, at least pay for your own food before asking somebody who said yes to the date, asking if they could borrow $2 fucking dollars. But anyways, you know, I got paid the night before I get paid. Fridays at midnight. It was only Saturday, so I decided to just budge and just give him the $2 and like not complain about it. You know, he didn't even say sorry or anything, you know, whatever. He just said thank you, which at least he said thank you. That's the least he could do. But I cannot believe he didn't even have enough money for $7 for a fucking toffee coffee thing and his damn coffee drink. Now, I'm not the most social butterfly out there. Like, if you talk to me, I will talk back and it won't be awkward. But in this situation, I'm guessing he was a little shy worm in the cocoon as well. So it was pretty awkward. Just both of us kind of sitting there and just laughing like at nothing and just smiling at each other. Now obviously if this was like a best friend or something and it was quiet, it'd be fine. But I think it's weird how like with strangers, if it's quiet in the room, it's really awkward. But with your friends, if it's quiet, it's just like, bro, like nothing wrong with that at all. Like it's really weird. But yeah, it was pretty awkward. It was a little quiet. My eyes look blue. And eventually he asked if I wanted to go to the park. And I was like, okay, yeah, the park. I mean, more conversations can happen there. I don't know why I'm not just showing this. But more conversations, you know, might happen at the park. And you never know. We'll start talking and we'll actually get to know each other a little bit more. A highlighter. I don't know a lot about Tennessee, but I do know my places and where, like my surroundings and which way is which. I lived in 2 towns in Tennessee over the past like year and a half, so I kind of know like which direction you're going if you want to go somewhere. And usually, Mount Juliet is where I used to live. I'm not gonna say where I live now, but I live in like a town right next to it, and he was not driving towards Mount Juliet. He was driving, in fact, the opposite way. He wasn't going towards, he was leaving our town basically, and he was just driving somewhere I didn't know at all, and I knew that he lived in the same town as me, so I didn't want to panic and be like that bitch. So I just kind of kept quiet, and I was like, where are we going? And he was like, oh, the park. And I was like, what park? There's a park literally in our town. And of course, it's a park where he wants to do donuts. Donuts. Yes. Donuts. Not no Krispy Kreme donuts. No. He starts doing donuts. If you don't know what a donut is, it's when you're in the car and you just keep going in circles. I don't know. I've been in too many car accidents to be paranoid about everything, and especially if I don't know the person, and they just randomly do it without my permission or without even like giving me a heads up. It's gonna terrify me. I thought I was gonna die. This would have been like my 4th car crash, almost, well, 3rd, but like last week I was literally, me and my friend, we were driving, and this idiot in Birmingham almost ran us off the interstate. So I'm not good with cars. I've been in places where I've done donuts before. I haven't done that, but my friends have, and I hardly can stand it. And the fact that I didn't even know this guy and he didn't even give me a heads up is completely fucked up. And I honestly almost cried. I was done with the day, honestly. Like, by the time we started driving the opposite way, I was done with the date, but this time I was over it. I just wanted to leave. Like, you could have at least given me a heads up. Come on, dude. Have some sense. So we stop at the same place that we're doing donuts. This is gonna be so hard to talk while explaining. Okay. It's gonna be so freaking hard to talk while doing my eyeliner. Anyways. This is gonna be so hard. Okay, we were at the park. Well, we weren't really at the park though. We were kind of like a little bit distant from the park, like enough where you could see it, but far enough away where we weren't even able to park. But you know, of course he's gonna park, you know, where we did our donuts and, you know, do our shit. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna do my eyeliner real quick. I'm very upset with myself, you guys. This is why I never fucked with liquid eyeliner for the longest time, because I can never do it over here. Okay, we'll be right back after this programming. Okay, and we are back. Where was I? Something about the park. Okay, yeah, so we were parked and close enough to where you could see the actual like park and like the parking lot, but I don't know what's wrong with my eye, I swear to God. But also like far enough to where like you're gonna have to walk, like it'd be a walk, like a distance, like a walking distance. Duh. And we kind of just look at each other for a second because that's what we did in the coffee shop, and you know, nobody's talking, and you know, I'm kind of just sitting there like, what are we doing? By the way, y'all, sorry for my hair, it is a mess. But we're just kind of sitting there and I'm waiting for him to like say something, and he pecks me a kiss on the lips. I don't know what to do in situations like that because that's honestly never happened to me before. Well, it has once, but like I had to leave like after school. But it's never really happened to me where it's just me and this person. Like it's in public, but like nobody saw that. Nobody saw it happening. And so I just kind of kissed him back, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really know what to do at the moment. It wasn't like a long French kiss or anything like that, ew, but it was like I kissed him back and he did it once again and I did it again, and before you know it, he starts smiling like a creep. And it's not like that smile like I think I really like you smile. It's that smile like I want you in my bed and I want you to fuck me like right now. And so, you know, he smiles at me and I look at him back and I just smile because what else are you gonna do? And he looks down. He looks down. I do too. And his thing's up. And when I say thing, I mean penis. He's smiling, I'm sweating, and he asks me, have you ever given a blowjob? And I said, no, I'm a virgin. And he said, like, just because you're a virgin doesn't mean you like never sucked dick before, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, I know, but I never did that. And he was like, well, today's your lucky day. And I screamed inside. I did, yeah, I did. I didn't want to give this blowjob at all. I was very shocked that he said that. And especially since he said today's your lucky day, like I wanted to do it. And as I'm screaming inside, I'm thinking about food. So I say, I'm hungry. Can we go get something to eat? And you know, like I said, I didn't feel like getting anything to eat at the coffee place because I wanted like a burger or like some chicken nuggets or something. So he agrees and he takes me to a fast food restaurant. How fucking romantic. Mind you, when we were driving, he was still driving the opposite way. I don't know where he was taking us. But I don't know if he wanted anything to do with the town or something because he really didn't feel like fucking with that town like that day. Which I don't really understand why. But as we are pulling into the drive-thru place, my mommy texts me. And, well, she texts me. And coincidentally, she says, dinner's ready. And I tell him, hey, my mom wants me home because dinner's ready. And he grunts and he moans and he complains, you know, like a usual bitch would. And I tell him my parents are strict, which they're not really strict. And when they say that I need to go home, even though I'm 18, I still live under their roof. And when I need to go home, I need to go home. And you know, the usual, he got all upset about it and he was like, you know, okay, whatever. And the nerve of the question he asked me, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to guess what he asked me. If you said blowjob, you're incorrect, but honestly, I wouldn't blame you if that's what you thought. No, he asked me for money, for more money, because I'm the one that asked him on the date, right? Yeah. He asks me for gas money, which doesn't make any sense to me, because if you would have just stayed in our like little city that we live in, you wouldn't have had to ask me for gas money. And you should have your own money, especially if you're gonna ask me on a date. And you should at least make sure that your gas thingy is full. Which of course it wasn't. It was like close to empty. I was like, well, fuck, I don't, want to deal with this anymore. I don't want him, in my life anymore. So I budged and I said, yeah, I'll give you $5. And he takes me to the gas station because my money's on my card. And at this point, I honestly thought this time I was going to die in a car crash, because he was speeding like no other, as if he wanted me to actually go home. He was speeding a lot, and it was honestly very terrifying. And I didn't tell him to slow down because, I don't do awkward situations like that. And, I already asked him if I can go home. And, I'm just a person who doesn't like to start conflict, so I just kind of stayed quiet, and I'm surprised he didn't get pulled over, if I'm being honest with you, because they're very strict with the laws in Tennessee. But yeah, he was going way over the speed limit, and it was scaring me just a little bit. He gets his gas, he does his thing, and I get dropped off, and I basically delete my Tinder account about a week later because I didn't want to deal with anything like that ever again. So moral of the story, if you are gonna meet somebody from Tinder, just be very cautious and make sure you have a plan B just in case, because I didn't have a plan B, but thankfully I was able to make up something quick enough to go home and be safe. Perfectly done my makeup look. I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Please check out my friend ALIE'S Storytime. It'll be in the description below. Follow me on social media if you would like to. Please like and subscribe for more of my videos if you would like. And I will see you guys on Tuesday.